And nurses from the Philippines have long made up for the shortages in the United States healthcare sector. Now, thousands are risking their lives daily in the battle against the COVID-19 pandemic, sometimes with inadequate protective gear. Daniel Robertson has this report from Los Angeles.
Standing in solidarity to honor the dead and fight for the living.
That I miss her. We all miss her. Like, it's just not the same. It won't be the same place without her.
This candlelight vigil was held for Celia Marcos, a Filipino nurse and a victim of COVID-19.
I do want to honor her memory. That's why I want to share her story out there, because to me she's a hero for that. For other nurses, I'm really praying that they're all safe out there.
Marcos began working at Hollywood Presbyterian Medical Center in 2004, 3 years after immigrating with her family to the United States from the Philippines. She continued working there until she died at the hospital on April 17th, one of at least 36 healthcare workers in California who have succumbed to COVID-19. Her colleagues say she was infected while treating a patient in a non-COVID area of the hospital, and they say she wasn't provided with an N95 mask.
She should have had better protective equipment. That's important to me as a legislator.
Celia Marcos's death is now not only a flashpoint in the fight for protection, it has sparked a movement within the Filipino community.
There are over 150,000 Filipino Americans that are working in healthcare, and we are part of a national movement.
Dalia Tayag was born in the Philippines and moved to the United States to become a nurse in 1984. She now works at UC San Diego and says after relentless protesting, her hospital has now agreed to have N95 masks provided in non-COVID areas.
We fight for what is needed to keep us safe. We are concerned that the Filipino community mostly impacted of this pandemic because most of our Filipino nurses are actually working in the ICU.
Almost 16% of nurses in the United States are immigrants, and nearly a third of those, with the largest share, are Filipinos. California has the most Filipino nurses of any state. They make up 20% of all registered nurses. Filipino nurses are on the front lines of the COVID-19 fight, and community leaders say they're worried they will suffer devastating losses during the pandemic. An investigation by ProPublica found that at least 30 Filipino healthcare workers have died from COVID-19 in the New York, New Jersey region alone from the end of March through April. Celia Marcos was the first Filipino healthcare worker to die in California because of the coronavirus pandemic, and the community is fighting for her death to be the last. As the list of lost healthcare workers grows, so does the chorus of voices pleading for change. Danielle Robertson, CNA, Los Angeles.